Good morning. Good morning, Vic. So, that open. That open. Hi, Beth. Actually, not live chat. Brandy says, "Good morning. I am all done with bookkeeping. Happy Friday. Oh my goodness, you just made my day. Yay. Fantastic. Congratulations. How does it feel?" All right. So I'm not on the treadmill this morning. Brandy says, "What a relief." I was talking about old commercials and things like that yesterday. And so that just makes me think of an older commercial. Plop, plop, fizz, fizz. Alka-Seltzer. Brandy says, "I'm going to work on January's Monday and keep up on it. Man, that will make it so much easier next year." Absolutely. And you will have much better control of your business, number one. Number two, if you look at the bottom of the total snapshots page, if you're using my workbook, it has projected income. It is such a motivator to see your projected income. Like, you set your goals at the beginning of the year. I want to do XYZ, and then you start to see, like, you see that projected, and maybe it's past your goal, maybe it's not to your goal, but whatever it is, it's like, okay, I see the light and I'm gonna get there. Whoa, I think I put a little extra Soleil water in my water this morning. But after the first shock, it's pretty good. Um, but yeah, it was such a huge motivator for me last year when I added that into the workbook, especially like the further on that it got, because um it's like I saw that it was growing. I saw that what I was doing was making a difference. And then, during the summer months when it wasn't really making a difference, and my, all my sales were down across, everything was down across the board. Um, it was like, okay, that's okay. I'll be all right. At least I'll get to, you know, more than I did the previous year. And then it came back, and it was uh it was such a huge motivator. Brandy says, "Thanks for adding that. It is really neat to watch it. Never realized I would love it." Right. I don't It was one of the calls that we were in, and um oh, I know what it was. It was when, in the old group, when Chris and Tech were still together, and they said they started the $100,000 call. Good morning, Nancy. Um, and I wanted to see what what my projected was, whether I was on the path to getting there or not. And I put my numbers in, and I made the thing and had my numbers in, and I was like, ooh. It was also a huge motivator to keep up with my bookkeeping, you know? to make sure that I had it all done so that I could see what the projected was. So yeah, it definitely really helped what I accomplished last year. So I hope that it will you guys will notice it and utilize it, and it will help you to grow your business and your finances. I did not sleep last night. I also did not take any of my allergy medication yesterday, nor today. The doctor didn't say not to, but I'm going today to get blood work to test me for allergies. And I figured it was not going to help my case. um, if I had the Zyrtec in my system. And I'm figuring that I still have some of it in my system, but I don't have enough of it in my system to make me feel better. My nose is all stuffed up. My eyes are all puffy. Like my whole face is puffy. Um, it's not a good thing. So I'm not feeling my best this morning. Um, I just feel like my eyes are full of sandy gel. But so yesterday I did Chris's morning call. So every Thursday now I'm doing the numbers call with Chris and his group. And I stuck around and was in and with Carrie and her call. So I was over there for like 3 hours yesterday. And it was kind of funny because we all learned some new stuff about eBay and where the Nancy says, I hate to say this, but is it possible you're allergic to the dogs? So the allergy, I mean, is it possible? Absolutely is possible. It's possible. Is it going to stop me from, am I going to get rid of them? Absolutely not. If that's what it is, I will just live with it. But I don't think that that's what it is. All of this didn't start until like last December. I mean, I've had allergy issues, but this stuff didn't start until last December. But that being said, I had alpha-gal, which is that when you get bit by a tick and you become allergic to red meat. Alpha-gal sends your system into like allergy overload. It just wreaks havoc on your entire system and creates something called MCAS, which is mast cell activation syndrome. And that's what makes you kind of like your body doesn't know what it's allergic to. And it picks different things on different days. And it just kind of goes, you know, today you're going to be allergic to this. So I don't know. It can also create, I actually talked to, what did I do with the paper? I talked to a guy yesterday that does insurance and found out that it can also lead to this stuff, it's a precursor. Alpha-gal and MCAS is a precursor to this other. What did I do with? All right, well, it's here somewhere. he has this, let's see, Brandy says, hoping they will figure out what is causing you to feel so terrible, and never heard of that. Sounds crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And Nancy says she is allergic to her cats and lives with it. And if it was that comes out to being what it is, then I will absolutely live with it, because my dogs are my dogs and they're not going anywhere. I wouldn't be able to function without my boys. Let's see. He has something called Sears, CIRS, and it is chronic inflammatory response syndrome. CIRS, chronic inflammatory response syndrome. And it's basically, it's a whole allergic thing. And it's the alpha-gal and the Lyme's disease, which I've been tested positive for both, are precursors to it for some people. So let's see. Tropical Treasures, good morning. Great calls yesterday. Lots of info. Thank you for all your time, especially this time of year for you. Thank you, Tropical Treasures, and thank you for being here this morning. I appreciate that. And for joining in yesterday. It causes brain fog. So this causes all kinds of things. I'm going to look into, he sent me several links to look into, and I am super excited about doing that. Speaking of which, in talking with him yesterday, a lot of times I say that I want you, instead of starting an LLC, I want you to look into possible insurance for your business, right? A umbrella policy or something like that, depending on what you do, right? And I had a super long conversation with him yesterday. I learned a ton of stuff, and guess what I'm going to do? I'm totally going to bring him on here so that he can answer your questions, and you guys can get all the information from him firsthand, because I learned so much yesterday. Because of what I learned yesterday, I'm officially splitting up my business this year. In fact, it's something that's on the top of my to-do list today, and that is to get a DBA for my accounting business so that I will be officially Simplified Accounting with Cheryl. And then my eBay will be separate. So all of my selling stuff will be separate, and then all of my accounting stuff will be together. Because of trying to get insurance for my accounting business, it's more difficult to get insurance for the selling used items, and insurance companies won't necessarily want to insure a business that has more than one type of thing going on, right? So I'm gonna split I'm still gonna be a sole prop, but I'm gonna split the accounting stuff into officially becoming Simplified Accounting with Cheryl, and then the eBay will just stay under my name like it is right now. So I'm super excited about that. I mean, I've been running everything together for so long now that it's kind of exciting to finally have a reason to split it. So Vic is asking how I do that. So here, it's super easy. I just fill out a form for to get a DBA. It costs me $25. I can do it online, and it takes like 4 weeks to process, it says, and then they'll send me my paperwork. Beth says, so that's 2 tax returns, right? It is 2 Schedule Cs, which means it's 2 home office deductions. Yippee! And actually my in my house there's 3 home office. There will be, well, there's 2 for last year. In fact, I still have time. I may just go ahead and split it up as of 2023 before I do my taxes. I can do that and it not be, I'll just split it up for last year and then have the 3 Schedule Cs, even though I don't have the DBA yet. So the DBA, it's still going to be a sole prop. Yes, just a fictitious name, but not an LLC. Correct. I have no desire to have an LLC whatsoever. I do, Tropical Treasure says, I use Ashland Hayden for insurance for my reselling. It's not that expensive. I've been happy with the coverage. Tropical Treasures, do me a favor. Connect me with Ashland, please. And thank you. If you could either send us, connect us with, in Facebook Messenger or through email or something, I would greatly appreciate it. I would love to talk to them. But yeah, I mean, it was a great conversation with Robert yesterday, and I look forward to bringing him on the channel. Beth, I'm gonna talk with Ashlyn, and then and I'm also going to bring Robert on the channel as soon as I can get him on here. So I'm hoping that maybe he will be available one day early next week, and I can just get him in for an impromptu interview chat. So I'm not good with interviews, but just get him in for impromptu chat, and he can just kind of talk more specifically. I'll have him come in and talk specifically about resellers and the kind of things that he has run across with insurance and things like that. So because he can't do insurance everywhere, I do need to, I would like to find a few different people that I can point people to, however, he did say that he would be able to, do the research for people that he is able to do. And once he knows which companies that will provide the policy, then you guys will be able to take that knowledge and call people that are local to you and say, hey, do you work with XYZ? Do you work with this one? Do you work with that one? And if they do, then they'll be able to get you the same policy that he would be able to get you if he was licensed in your state. I'm not sure what all states he's licensed in, but I do know that it's Pennsylvania, Maryland, probably Virginia, and he's currently staying in Florida. So he's probably, from Pennsylvania to Florida. So we'll find out. Fantastic Tropical Treasures. I look forward to meeting with her. Beth says my career was in insurance, but not business insurance, but I know the risk and I can lose sleep over it. Right. I did a short stint with life insurance, and I'm just not a good salesperson, but so it didn't work out for me. Because to me it was like it was a no-brainer, but I also totally understood the lack of finances, especially for most of the people that I was talking to who were older or had a bunch of grandkids or something like that that they wanted to do. And it was like, yeah. Beth said she handled claims and lawsuits. But otherwise, I'm horrible when it comes to medical insurance. I don't understand this stuff. I don't understand why they charge so much. I don't understand why the doctor's office still gets to charge so much when I have insurance. And I have a really hard time following up. My husband wants to get the dog insurance, and I'm like, but the problem is they're not going to handle the claims and I'm not going to handle the claims. So if, you know, I know this is about myself and he won't do it. So why pay for something I'm not going to use? Tropical Treasure says, I believe Ashley can get coverage for most states. I'm in Florida. Great. Then we'll have choices. Whoever resonates the most with you, go with them. I'm just looking forward to actually, getting coverage. He's working on policies for me. So I'm looking at, getting coverage, and then I'll be able to, I won't have to take everything that he comes back with, but I'll get what I think is the most important. I need to start putting a disclaimer in everything. So if I'm not your accountant, then please remember that this information is for educational purposes only, and you need to speak with your accountant. You need to pay them to get proper information. Beth says it was easier before there was health insurance. The insurance company adds to the cost of the care, a whole other business on top of the cost of the medical providers. I completely agree with you. It's a whole thing. So in my group on Monday, I always ask you what your goals are for the week. So we've got a few minutes left, and then I have a consultation call that I've got to knock out this morning. So what did you get your goals done this week? Hi, Renee. How are you? Mommy hasn't showered in the house. Go watch her on TikTok if you're not already. And if you haven't joined her YouTube, go join her YouTube. 8 o'clock tonight, I'm on the used book guys with Mike and Johnny B. The video interview that we did on Tuesday goes live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern. So go check them out. We're talking taxes and things like that. So it was lots of fun. Mommy hasn't showered says, we will see about my goals. Going live for 3 hours today. Oh my. 3 hours, like a whole 3 hours in one shot? Brandy says, complete 2023 accounting and taxes. Now gonna get caught up and get January 2024 accounting done. Happy weekend. Cheryl and everyone. Happy weekend, Brandy. Um, hey, Brandy, are you into camping? We're going to the Dulles Expo Center for the big camping show tomorrow. Um, uh, Beth, it is called the Used Book Guy. And let me grab it right quick. Oh boy. Yep, it's youtube.com at the Used Book Guy. Here is direct link. So yeah, he is he's putting the oh, how did that go through twice? Anyway, he's putting the video up tonight. It goes live at 8 o'clock. Brandy said, used to be when my boys were younger. The boys are in college and will probably get back into it once they are more on their own. Hubby and I will do it. Have fun. Renee, if you want to come up to Dulles tomorrow, you're closer. We're gonna be up there at the Dulles Expo Center for Camping World's show. And then next weekend starts the one at Timonium. Well, like next Thursday, something like that. It runs like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, something like that. It runs 2 weekends, 2 long weekends. So alrighty. So go get your goals done. Finish up the week strong. And I will see you back on Monday morning. All right. Bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, let's hope. We all are. Beth says, do you go because it's fun to go to camping shows? Not a camper person. I go because I am a total camping person. So Renee says, I need to complete my she shed before I buy another camper. Well, you did the same thing I did, and you just need to get rid of that one that you have at the house, and we should not call it a camper either. All right, bye. Bye, everyone. Have a great day.